For the same DCET 2018 B series, now we will try to solve questions on subject basics of semiconductor devices. The question number 109. In this question, the semiconductors have dash temperature coefficient of resistance. The options are given below, that is positive, negative, both positive and negative, and none of the above. Before going to solve this question, first we have to know the temperature coefficient of resistance. The temperature coefficient of resistance is the change in the electrical resistance per change in the temperature. And in temperature coefficient of resistance, we have two types. First one is positive temperature coefficient of resistance, and the second one is negative temperature coefficient of resistance. If we try to solve in graph, then in positive temperature coefficient of resistance, if we increase the temperature, then resistance of a material is also increases. That is in the positive temperature coefficient of resistance. But in negative temperature coefficient of resistance, as we increase the temperature, then the resistance of the material decreases. For positive temperature coefficient of resistance, the example is conductor. Similarly, for negative temperature coefficient of resistance, the example is semiconductors. In semiconductors, if we increase the temperature, then the covalent bond becomes broken, then the electrons which is present in the valence band can jump to the conduction band and becomes a free electrons. And this free electrons increases the current in the semiconductor devices. That means the resistance of the semiconductor material decreases. So in semiconductor material or in semiconductors, if we increase the temperature, then the resistance of the material decreases, because if we consider a valence band and conduction band, if we increase the temperature, then the covalent bonds broken and it will jump from valence band to conduction band. Then in conduction band, the number of free electrons becomes more and it will lead to a more current. That means the resistance is decreases. So from the options, the second one is the right option, that is negative. The question number 110, that is the Zener diode is used as. The options are given below: amplifier, regulator, oscillator, and the filter. When we connect a Zener diode in the forward biased condition, that is the positive terminal of the power supply is connected to the anode of the Zener diode, and the negative terminal of the power supply is connected to the cathode of the Zener diode. That is called the forward biased condition. In forward biased condition, the Zener diode acts like a normal PN junction diode. If we connect a Zener diode in reverse biased condition, then that Zener diode acts as a regulator. Let us see how it works. If we increase the voltage up to breakdown voltage, then there will be some current exist in the Zener diode. That current is called reverse saturation current. This current exists due to the minority charge carriers. If we increase beyond the breakdown voltage, then there will be a drastically change in the current exist, and this can be solved. This can be shown using the circuit diagram. What is regulation means? Even though increase in the source voltage, but a voltage at the load side will be a constant, that is VL is equal to VZ. If we vary the voltage means, if we give a 9 volt or 10 volt, 11 volt, but the voltage present at the load side will not increase or decrease, it will constant. See here, if we increase the reverse voltage beyond the VBR, the voltage will be a constant, that is VZ voltage, but current is drastically changes. So if we vary the source voltage, then the reverse voltage, then the voltage present at the load side is same, that is VZ voltage, that is Zener diode voltage. So from the above option we can conclude that regulator, that is the third option. The question number 171, that is BJT is a dash device. The options are given below. The first one is current controlled device, the second one is voltage controlled device, and the third one is unipolar, and the fourth one is none of the above. In current controlled device, the output characteristics is changed due to the input current, but in voltage controlled device, the output characteristics are changed due to the base voltage. Here consider a BJT. BJT is a current controlled device because the collector current and the emitter current are changed due to small increase in the base current IB. Suppose if you increase the base current IB from 20 microampere to 40 microampere, then at the output side, that is at collector current, you are getting 2 to 4 milliampere. So the collector current is mainly controlled by the base current IB. So from the above option, the first one, that is current controlled, is the right answer for this question. But in FET it is a voltage controlled device because the drain current ID is mainly controlled by the gate input voltage, that is VGS. If you changes a voltage VGS, then the drain current ID changes. So BJT is a current controlled device, but FET is a voltage controlled device. The question number 172, dash is operated in a negative resistance region as a relaxation oscillator. The first option is FET, the second one is BJT, the third one is UJT, and the fourth one is diode. The answer for this question is UJT, that is unijunction transistor, and this is the symbol of unijunction transistor. That is UJT is a 3-terminal device and it is having emitter, base 1 and the base 2. It is a 3-terminal device and it is the internal structure of the UJT. UJT is made up of N-type silicon material in which P-type of emitter is fixed, and this is the circuit diagram of a UJT as the relaxation oscillator. When DC supply VBB is applied to this circuit, then capacitor starts charging through the variable resistor R, and it increases exponentially towards the peak value of the VBB. During charging, UJT, the emitter circuit of the UJT is in a off condition. When it reaches peak value of the VBB, that means when the capacitor voltage reaches the peak value of the VBB voltage, then at that point the UJT is turned on. Then capacitor starts discharging towards the VI. When it discharges slowly towards VI, then again the UJT becomes turn off in a turn off condition, and it goes on like that. Okay, and in a negative resistance region means when the capacitor voltage and the peak value of the VBB is same, then the PN junction is in the forward biased condition, and that case the collector current flows through the circuit, and that collector current, as the collector current increases, there will be a voltage drop across this UJT circuit. Consider here, this is the graph of voltage and the current. Here we have taken current in the x-axis and voltage in the y-axis. When there is an increase in the current, that means emitter current, when there is an increase in the emitter current, then at certain region the voltage becomes gradually decreases. That region is called negative resistance region, and this region occurs when the capacitor voltage becomes equal to the peak value of the VBB. So answer for this question is UJT, that is unijunction transistor. The question number 173, that is in pin diode, I stands for. The options are given below. The first one is insulator, the second one is intrinsic, and the third one is impedance, and the fourth one is none of the above. A pin diode is a type of diode where we have heavily doped p-type region, and as well as we have heavily doped n-type region, and in between p-type and n-type we have undoped region called I region, where I represents intrinsic. That means in between p-type and n-type we have undoped intrinsic region. Okay, and this is a symbolic diagram of pin diode, and pin diode is mainly used in microwave power switching and modulation, and also it is used in limitation circuit. So from this below option, the second one, that is intrinsic, is the right option for this question. The question number 174, that is the passive component that cannot be fabricated on an ICs. The options are given below. The first one is resistor, the second one is capacitor, and the third one is inductor, and the fourth one is none of the above. Consider a resistor. A resistor, it is having an electrical property, so it can be fabricated on an IC. Similarly, the capacitor, it is also having the electrical property, so it can also be fabricated on an IC. But inductor, it is having both electrical and magnetic property, so it is very difficult to fabricate on an IC. So inductor is the right option for this question. The passive component that cannot be fabricated on an IC is inductor.